Well, hazardous waste removal happening again in East Palestine. It had been temporarily halted over the weekend, but not before 500,000 gallons of toxic water already went to Texas. And bottled water is still being handed out in East Palestine, but just miles away in western Pennsylvania, one grocery store chain has stopped selling water as a precaution because it's bottled from a source near that train wreck. Correspondent Jorge Ventura joins us live from East Palestine. Good evening, Jorge. Bottled water there really has become a necessity.
Yes, Nicole, here we're actually at one of the pickup locations here that's been pretty busy all day. Now, the majority of the residents that we've been speaking with, Nicole, that are still drinking bottled water say that they're on a private well and they're going to wait for EPA to test that well before they've used it again. All the bottled water that you're actually seeing behind us has been donated by members in the community and outside the community. Now, while the thought that even bottled water could be unsafe is concerning, most residents are telling us that they actually trust the bottled water much more than what's coming out their own faucets.
Pittsburgh-based Giant Eagle grocery store pulling some of its store brand water off the shelves in what they call playing it safe. It turns out their store brand gallon size and larger spring water reportedly came from a facility in Saline, Ohio, about 25 miles from East Palestine. Most we talked to here in town said they appreciate this move.
I think the bottled water is safe right now. I feel it's safe. That's why we're getting it.
In a statement, the company says the Saline facility also informed us that a third-party lab has been regularly testing Saline's raw water sources and finished products and has not found any evidence that the water has been negatively impacted by the February 3rd incident.
Yeah, they are kind of far away from the incident, but with like all the fumes and stuff in the air, I mean it's reasonable to be extremely cautious. They did test and it showed negative, but I still understand them wanting to be pretty cautious about the water that they're giving out.
It'll eventually hit our water, so that's why we're attempting to keep everything with bottled water instead of our water, because we live on a well.
Some say the company's transparency is actually refreshing. For the past 3 weeks, this community has been on high alert, concerned for their health after a Norfolk Southern freight train carrying hazardous materials derailed in their small town.
My oldest daughter, she was having the chest and cough, so that's it for now, but we can still smell everything down there, so it's not the pleasant, but we're dealing with it.
Despite the latest reports from the EPA and other government agencies insisting their tests show air quality.
Man, I feel really bad for the people that have the inability to move from the affected area, because they're going to be suffering the most long term.
Quality is normal. Many we spoke to say they simply don't trust officials at this point.
It's craziness, we just don't know what to expect. Yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen next.
And Nicole, today there was another press conference from EPA and FEMA. So a couple updates that we got today is EPA over the weekend surveyed over 350 homes. We actually pressed the EPA officials on when can those health surveys be out public and transparent to the community to see if there's any common trends and illnesses. Another announcement from EPA is they have announced 2 more sites for toxic waste to be transported. So right now there's 2 sites in Ohio, one in Victory and one in East Pool, Liverpool. They just added a 3rd one in Ohio and one in Indiana. That's the latest updates that we have from EPA and FEMA at the moment.